Good Monday evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Got an update for you on our first alert weather day overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. Now, I showed you this graphic a little while ago of the forecast model for tomorrow morning's temperatures. Lots of low 30s, which is still freezing. Anything below 32 is going to be freezing. However, I also mentioned that I think a lot more places are going to be in the 20s as opposed to what this forecast model, the coldest one that we've got, is showing. One thing, we have seen skies clear out, cloud cover diminish a lot earlier than any forecast model was depicting. Therefore, we're going to have even more time under clear skies with light winds, allowing for more radiative cooling, meaning all of the warmth in the atmosphere that was kind of gathered, accumulated from the sun during the day is now being emitted back up into space, allowing for temperatures to plummet. So I think we're going to have a lot more 20s compared to low 30s. A freeze warning remains in effect starting at 1 a.m. until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Temperatures will be as low as the mid-20s. The last time we had a temperature at or below freezing in Fargo was back on April 29th, so not since the spring. On Saturday, which was our coldest morning yet this season, we had a low of 34. Grand Forks, yesterday, morning low of 31 degrees. Right now, we're down to 44 here in Fargo. Feels like 42. Moorhead already down to 39. Grand Forks at 37. Feels like 32 if you're stepping outside this evening. Wind going light out of the northwest. Right now, just 7 miles per hour. We still have a few areas seeing temperatures in the 40s, but more and more slipping into the 30s. We're already down to 33 in Bemidji, so a sure sign that we're going to see some 20s, at least in Bemidji. 38 in Jamestown, 36 at this time in Langdon, 37 in Hallock and in Roseau. So a chilly night ahead. And as I was explaining, lack of cloud cover now for already a couple of hours. Cloud cover diminished a lot sooner than most of our forecast models were anticipating. So we're going to remain clear for the rest of tonight. Winds are going to continue to go light. So temperatures into tomorrow morning, 20s and 30s. Our first widespread hard killing freeze that could effectively end the growing season. So if you want to keep the tomatoes a little bit longer, make sure you cover them up and protect them properly before you go to bed tonight. Heading through the rest of tomorrow morning, pretty sunny, pretty cool. By lunchtime, temperatures generally in the 40s, warming up into the low to mid 50s for most locations by the afternoon. A little bit cooler in northern Minnesota because of the cloud cover that'll be starting to move in, and cloud cover will gradually increase from the northeast to the southwest, where we are clearer longer into the early morning hours. Down to the southwest, that's where temperatures will be coolest into Wednesday morning, again because of that radiative cooling. For tomorrow afternoon, temperatures again mostly in the 50s, another cool and crisp day. And in fact, at least in the short-term period, temperatures will be just below our seasonal average, which today in Fargo is 60, but then a little later in the forecast period, we're up just slightly above our seasonal average. So looking ahead, let's get a check of your Proseed farming forecast. First alert weather day for tomorrow. Another chance of some frost, some areas of freeze into Wednesday morning, but no first alert weather day Wednesday because by then, nearly all of us, if not all of us, will have had our first frost and freeze. So we won't issue another one until probably the spring. But then another slight warm up next week. Our next chance of rain comes on Friday, mostly across the Southern Valley.
It looks like a pretty pleasant forecast.
Yes.
Some chilly mornings kind of across the board.
Yeah, and really we're past our seasonal average date of already having our first frost and freeze. So it's about time.
All right. Thanks, Summer.
Earlier, we told you about the war in Israel. Coming up, we'll talk about whether that will impact gas prices, whether or not they'll rise. That's in Price Watch next.